All right, so we come down here.
I'm just going to introduce you a little bit.
Oh, okay.
This is Josh here. We're at Windows for Less. We're in between Oronogo and Carthage out here off of 96 highway. This is the place, Windows for Less, who's making the windows for the game arena. So we're here to talk to Josh, and he's going to show us what they do here and what goes on here at Windows for Less. All right, Josh.
All right. If you want to come down this way, this is where our process starts. We'll cut the vinyl. Here's all of our racks of vinyl here to the right. They come out and, you know, I think 120 foot or 120 inch thicks. So we come in, we cut everything on these saws. On this saw right here is where we cut the frames and the sashes. So everything will get cut into the sizes that a customer orders.
So this is the saw up here, this GED thing?
Yes, this is the saw that will cut your frames for your windows and your sashes that go in the windows that hold the glass.
Oh, I see. Why? Oh, I just, it does the angles for you perfect.
Yeah, it cuts that 45-degree angle on the end. I mean, if you want, this piece is probably cut, yeah. Cuts that 45. All right. You want to move on down here?
I'm showing this here.
See what?
I'm showing this here. It's that's not how you control everything.
Yeah, that's our Tiger stop. That's where we put in for the you know, dimensions, widths, everything.
But
tells you
how
the
about
lengths.
everything at 90 degree? I mean, you do.
So everything right now that we weld together is done at it welds at a 90-degree angle, but it'll cut at a 45 there, so it butts up on the welder down here.
All right.
So from here we have this is our sill cut or sill saw. So it'll take a sill that looks. Let me find one. Give me just a second here if we have one. Probably don't have one.
Well, that's nice in the wind that shuts off.
Yeah, we don't have one. But it'll take a piece like this. This is a sill. This is the bottom part of a window. It comes out at a 90-degree pretty much, and it gives it this weird little 45 cut. So it butts together and welds together. Gives it a stronger weld. Then over here behind us, we have the jam saw. That's the sides of the windows that will cut the sides of it.
You want to look at that close, just pause the video and look at that thing there. And you called this
That's the jam saw. Those are the two side pieces of the frame. So it'll cut them too, so it'll match up to the bottom of that sill that I just showed you.
Ron Stidham, we did a frame for him, or a sash. And,
Ron?
yeah, but it didn't have the double locks on it.
Yeah, we had to redo it.
Okay.
I think it's on the window thing right there. So all these green machines, pretty much, you'll have they'll punch your sashes. It gives you different punches, rounds them off, makes them smooth at the end when they come out sharp.
I don't know what you're talking about. You know, these look like routers, but
we can show you.
Oh, individual.
Yeah.
Can stand here.
Yep. Here we go. What? You get this out of this one right here? Okay.
Are these all the same? Or are these
No, each one does a different thing. Yes. So here's a sash. This is what your glass goes in. So it comes out sharp like that on the end. That's your handrail. So you'll put it in here, and all these will get punched.
punch?
See, makes that smooth. Cuts it, makes it smooth.
Oh,
then you flip it, and it'll just give it different holes and different weep holes where we will drill, put different stuff in the end process. And that one gives it a weep hole, so when the condensation will weep down in there and go
so
out.
about all the windows, all of these pieces will go through one of these machines. Just about.
Pretty much every piece, yeah, we'll go through there and get some kind of
And
punch.
they're all
or
a little bit different depending on the size of the window and the size of the...
Depends on the piece of what we're doing. So on the sash, you have I can show you. On the sash, you'll have a handrail. You'll have a lock rail. This is a lock rail. Then you have the stiles, which are the sides of the sashes. So yeah, everything's different. Everything will get punched in a different machine.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Then over here is where we do our weather stripping and balances. So you got different size balances, what those are. So like this is a 6, that's a 7, that's your pool weight. So like a 7-pound pool weight. for your sash. So when it goes in your frame, right there, your window goes on that. And so when you're pulling your window up and down, it just gives it that spring back, or that holds it in place.
Is this equivalent to what used to be the weights that were in windows?
Yep.
They used to have that, now they have this.
That's exactly what that is, yeah.
Okay.
And that's your weather stripping right here. So we put these in frames right here for, keep it from leaking, or drafts, cold drafts, hot drafts, keep the, outside out, inside in. But that's
pretty cool, huh, Larry?
Yes, it's
I've never been in one of these places. Like, I've been in a cabinet factory, and I'm not surprised by anything. But it is cool to look at.
Yeah.
What you do. And it's all new machinery now.
Yeah.
None of this machinery was the same 20 years ago as it is now.
No. So down here you got 2 welders. This is our frame welder he's working on right now. He's putting some new Teflon tape on, so it just keeps it from sticking from our heat plates.
And this is a finished product.
Yeah, that's one of our finished ones that we had put together. So they come out as dirty welds. Then we'll grind them down and everything over here I'll show you.
Is that ultrasound or heat, or how does it?
It's heat. They're heat plates. Those heat plates, we have them set to 420 degrees Celsius. So I forgot what that is. Fahrenheit.
Hot.
Yeah. But yeah, those heat up to 420 degrees Celsius. It melts the vinyl down, the edges of those
You're
vinyls.
talking about this machine here?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it'll melt the edges of the vinyl down for 30 seconds. Then it pulls out. Then it will press the vinyl together for 30 seconds, and it comes out as your welded product, as your ends.
So this is the weld. Here.
Yeah, this is one right here that's just been welded.
This gets cleaned off here?
Yeah, we'll grind all that down and smooth it out. And, Yep. So that's your frame one. Then right behind you here, you have the Sash welder.
Well, wait a minute. Is this like does one window at a time, one each side?
It does. It does one frame at a time. Yeah. So you will put one side in. So we start with the sill side. We'll put our sill in.
Which
is
moves back and forth. This slides back and forth.
Yeah.
And sets the size of the window you're doing.
Yeah. I can show you better because behind us is the Sash one. It's not being worked on right now, so I can show you better on it.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm not.
Same sort of deal.
Yeah. But this is for sashes. Instead of that, does the frames, the outside of the window. This is the sash that holds the glass. So it's the same. I can put one in here and show you the process. So let's start it over real quick.
Stand back here. See what I can see.
All right. So let me find one here. Give me just a second.
out of your way.
No, you're good. You're good.
Look at here, they getting just another step in the process, but there's a lot of pieces.
Sash and a window.
So it's the complete thing is a window. So at the end process is your window when everything's done. Your frame, sash, glass, all in it. So these big ones right here that came off of this is your frame. That's the outside of the window that holds the sash.
Okay.
Then your sash is this stuff right here. It holds the window. So we'll take that, put the glass in, put glaze bead in, and that's what holds.
So sash is just the part that holds the glass of the window, and the window is the entire unit.
The entire unit, yeah.
Okay.
So the sash welder and the frame welder pretty much work the same way. So we'll go ahead and put everything in so I can show you. So we start with the 2 handrails. You'll have a top sash and bottom sash because these are double hung windows, so they go together. Okay. So you start with your windows or your handrails here. Just put everything in. We'll lock it in place. Then you'll grab your side stiles for the correct ones.
Now, is this doing 2 separate windows now?
It's doing 2 sashes, so it's one because they're double hung. So you'll have 2 windows, one that moves down, one that goes up. So in a frame.
So you're doing one window with 2 different sashes.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll put all this in here. So you butt it up to your guide plates, which are back here in the corner. Yeah, that's all right. So you just butt those up to that, then you'll drop the pressure plates on them.
Okay.
The air. All right. And let me just do the other side real quick. Same process. Butts them up. Then you add your air. All right. So we just start it. So it puts your heat plates out first. So it'll heat the ends of the vinyls up for 30 seconds. Yeah. Then after that, it'll kick back and it'll press them together for 30 seconds. But then, yeah, we do one side, then we'll take them out, and then we flip it, and we just do the other side of it. So we'll make it a complete sash.
Oh, that's cool. Now this is a newer kind of machine too.
Yeah.
The company that does it, Paul is the maker of this machine?
So these are GEDs. Does the control panel.
Well, that got to a certain heat and it just pulled out on its own, huh?
Yeah, it pulls it out, pulls that heat plate out, then it presses it together.
And now you got it, okay.
Yeah, now they'll be welded together.
And it's going to hold it for how long?
30 seconds.
Another 30 seconds.
Yeah, so if I go back to the main screen, it tells us all that. So it's giving us a countdown. It's at 10 seconds left. Yeah, tells us your temperature. See, it's set for 240 and it's running at 240, 235. Yeah. So that's what it looks like when it comes out on one side, you know. It's all welded together. Then, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's it. We'll finish that one later.
Yeah.
So right now you got him over here. He's so we'll snip these corners. So as I said, that dirty weld, it comes out with those dirty welds. Let me just grab that one again. So it comes out with those dirty welds after it presses together. Then we snip these ones off on the ends, so they'll go in the frames right, and the glass will set right.
I see.
Then he hasn't grinded those edges, but he grinded these outside edges so they're smoother. That way they'll go in. Then after that, we come over to our Sash building station. We'll walk around here. So after that, they'll go in these two machines right here. We got the tip latch router and the swivel. He wants you on there. He wants you working.
I'm sorry to get in your way.
No, you're fine. So these machines, this one right here does this tip latch. You put it in there, and it just cuts this groove out right here, so we can put the tip latch in.
Now that's an option. Not all of them have it, or what?
All the bars have these, yeah, because these are the kind that you can swing out, so they're easier to clean the outside of it.
This is what helps it.
That's what helps. That's what holds it in.
That holds it in, and then you flip that down, and you can take it out.
Yep. Then on the flip side, this machine right here, we'll put our swivel bars in there. That helps it swivel in and out. It drills that hole. Then we'll put those in there. Then we put our locks on.
Here's a pile of these ready to go on. Right there.
Yep.
Okay. Good.
Then we put our locks on. So we'll build the sash all the way through, top and bottom. Weather stripping for these. This weather stripping, goes on the bottom down here. But that's building the sash, putting all the hardware on it. Then after that, it comes over, we slap the glass in it.
Double glasses?
Yeah, so these are our IGs, IGs insulated glass, or two pieces of glass. You got a low E, which is tinted glass. So that goes on it'll face the outside of the house, so the sun comes in and blocks some of that sun rays and cuts down on light and temperature. And
You put some kind of gas in there?
no, so we don't do the argon. Some places offer argon. Okay. We do not.
This is just dead air.
Yeah, this is dead air in there. So we put those. We'll go over that in a minute once we get over to the glass, part. But once the sash is built, we slap the glass in.
Now, this is where they're putting the glass in, or what are they doing in this station?
Yeah, in this station, that's where it is. Right now, it looks like they're all in. I don't have any glass.
You've got these lined up to go in some that are coming this way soon.
Correct. So all of our orders will have stickers on them with the customer's name, so we know what matches up to which.
Now, we haven't pointed out any. Do you know any windows you can actually look at that you can say are for the gay Parita?
So these we haven't got that far down here. So these sashes right here that we're getting ready to work on are for them. Yeah, so these are actually going to that customer for the Gaperia. So those go in there. Then the frames are in the process of being welded, so that's what he's changing the tape, so we can go ahead and get those welded and get them all built.
Is that the size of that window sitting there together? Is that the size of the ones that are going there or not?
So these ones.
That doesn't look big enough.
No, well, he's got 17 of the same size and a couple of different sizes. So these ones are pretty close. Probably not exact, but those will be pretty close. But those are single hung windows, so I think they got double hungs. Then I know they got a big picture window. So those are the tip latches.
You call those tip latches?
Yeah, those are tip latches.
Okay, I got it.
So yeah, we put the glass in, then put the glazing bead around the glass to help keep everything in, make it look nicer. You know.
Glazing bead.
Yeah, the glazing bead.
You actually do put some sort of putty in there then?
Yes. Yeah, we put the. So we actually do the.
Do you do that by hand, like just?
So what goes in here and what holds our glass in isn't putty. It's actually we use a 3 millimeter double-sided sticky tape, which is right here actually.
So there's not as much waste then. That's exactly what you use.
Yeah.
Is what you have.
Yep, right there. We put that in there. That's what holds your glass to your sash.
Okay.
Then we just put the glaze bead in. Those snap into place into a groove. So here's actually one right here doesn't have glazing bead on it. So that glass is set in there without the glazing bead. Then we will put our glazing beads, so it'll hide all that strip that keeps the two pieces of glass.
Right out over the glass here, like that.
Yeah.
And up the thing here and on this.
Exactly. So they just go in that groove and they lock into place.
Here, see, it's got a nice reflection. Come stand over here, Josh. There we are.
All right. So we'll go ahead and go through the glass, then I'll show you the finished process after the glass, the finished window.
Wow, that's a big sheet of glass.
Yeah. So whatever you want. So you got over here, you got your regular glass, this regular clear glass, and over there you got your low E glass, the tinted glass. So it all gets put on a flash drive that Dakota will put in his computer. He'll drop the glass down, and then it's all programmed to optimize for the best cuts for each piece of glass. So the laser, pretty much a laser thing, just runs through and it cuts it all for us. Then it all slides down here on this table. We put it in our racks.
Okay, Josh, tell me this then. What's this machine cost?
More than we make.
Yeah, probably more than I'll ever make in a lifetime.
Is he going to be cutting any?
I have no idea. Are you getting ready to cut any? Yeah, give him a second.
That'll be neat.
Just let me know when you do. Before you drop it, let me know.
That's the scary part.
Yeah, the first couple times I watched him drop it, I was like, man, that's going to break. And
Yeah,
he's like,
that's what I
no.
thought too. It got my attention.
All right, so we'll walk down here, look at this, and he'll let us know when he's getting ready to drop a piece. So after it comes off the table, we put each, he'll have it up on the screen so he'll know which glass goes where in these racks. So these will fill up.
There's nothing written on here what it is. You look at the computer and it tells you which number is which.
Yeah, so once they optimize it, yeah, we have numbers along the bottom, so we'll know exactly what slot it tells us to put it in. Because it'll cut one glass, the regular piece first, then it'll cut the low E piece. So you got to know which two pieces are being cut to put together. So it'll tell us what slot to put it in, so they'll put together. Then it comes down here. The low E we grind the edge about a quarter of the edge off, so that way everything sticks together fine. So they'll grind it on the grind machine here, just to take a little bit off.
It goes on the edge of almost, just on the low E or all the time?
No, just the low E. Just the low E, we grind just a little strip off of the edges. That way when we put this stripping on, it keeps them together better. It melts it. That way there's nothing to keep it from melting together. And yeah. So then once he grinds it, he'll bring it, and this is our washer. We run the glass through the washer. The hole has a hot tank of water in the back. It's all filtered water, no minerals
You control the water with this Pelican.
Yes. Yep.
Is that Calgon or is that
Colgin. Yeah, Colgin.
Pelican. Okay, yeah, I call it Pelican. All right.
Yeah, it's
this
all.
Water is, what's exactly needing good water for?
So there's no minerals or anything in it, so that way when it's washing it, it's not going through and scratching the glass, leaving any scrapes or scratches or anything like that with
Stuff that's
impurities.
invisible in water is,
Yep.
it can hurt the process.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So we run it through there.
Yes. Here's some windows over here with Rolando's order number on it.
Oh, yeah, so those are probably his windows
Those
there,
are
some
going
that go in there.
Those will be going to the gate burrito right there.
Yeah.
What are we going to do with this here?
So that's after it comes out. After it comes out, the light shines on the back side of that glass. That way it helps you see the scratches or anything that's
You can see
any
the
imperfections,
imperfections.
any. Yeah.
Just after it's gone through being poured and everything.
Yeah.
All right.
So then, so that's after it's all put together. After it goes through that washer, they just bring it back to the side,
Take a picture of it.
and they put that.
That's his?
Yeah, it says so right
Oh, it
here.
has his name on it?
Rolando, right there. All
Well,
these.
let's see if I can get on there without blocking the light. Rolando, right
Yes.
there, 3 twins. All right. All of them.
Wow. That's quite an operation.
Oh yeah, dude.
You take a lot for granted, you just put the wind up and down, but when you see what you're doing, it's a lot.
It's a whole process, yeah.
There's a lot to it. You guys know what you're doing. I noticed there was not very much glass left over when you could do all this cutting.
No, that's what it's like I said. That table and that software, it gets it to the best optimization, so it keeps the waste down.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
This is real interesting.
Yeah.
He's getting ready to cut one now, I think.
Okay, you
Was
ready?
you ready? Was you ready? All right. Let's go back up here and see him cut a piece of glass.
Watch yourself now. Where can I stand to get the best view of this operation?
This is what we're looking at, the one sheet of this glass. I don't have to cut much, just those two pieces there.
Okay.
When you drop the glass and then start cutting.
Okay, I'm going to stand back enough I can get the whole thing. This drop is supposed to be impressive.
So he's gonna drop this piece right here first.
Oh,
on
he's
the,
dropping the clear piece.
yeah, hold on. Yeah, this piece right here. There we go.
That was it?
That's it. Yeah, just drop that glass.
I hope I didn't miss.
He'll have the low E. He'll have to drop this piece next, so we can get that as well once he's done with the first piece.
It automatically burns a ½ inch on the left and on the bottom. Just to square it up. Make sure it's square.
Oh, it's a way of squaring the glass. Make sure it's perfect before it starts.
Yeah. We'll do all the vertical cuts first, and then we'll come back here and do the horizontal that way. Like I said, I've only gotten 2 pieces to cut, so. And sprays a thin layer of oil on it to help with the cut. It's a lot harder to break when there's no oil. That should be it.
It doesn't make any noise on the glass. It's cutting with what? A laser or something? Or?
It's just a glass cutter. It makes a little whistling noise, you can hear it, but just like a typical hand glass cutter. It's got the same type of end on it.
Quiet. I would think it makes a noise. I can hear it.
Yeah, with the oil mixed in, it kind of quiets it down. But I'm going to push this that way. Got air on that table, and this switch turns to this table turns on.
No, I'd redo it. Yeah, redo it.
Stay with him with the mic.
I'll cut this piece down and use it for scrap. typically it'll say like 1 and 2. So if this is 1, this is rack 1, that's rack 2. They each hold 41 pieces of
He knows all the glass work. I don't do any of the glass work. He knows way more about it
So
than I
I'll
do.
cut the clear, and then I'll go back and do the same thing with the low E. And
He's
then I'll
been
cut the low
doing the
E
glass
with the
since we
clear.
started in August. Even before
The low
this.
E
This
has
been open.
a,
He's done all the glass work.
I have to etch it on the etcher.
Fingerprints on the inside. You'll be making another page.
Yeah.
They're on the inside. You can't wait.
Oh no, that's what. So usually when we put them on the washer, that's what you got to grab. You got to grab those edges. Because once they're on the inside, you can't.
Yeah, once they're put together.
And then I'll just hand
Yeah.
cut this down and put it with my scrap over there in case I need to hand cut something.
And you'll probably be making that one this day.
Yeah.
We got to put in. There's no use replacing it until we get done.
Yeah.
This glass cutter also has a spot to put oil in it to help cut. Just drop your oil in there. And yeah, it's basically the same type of tip that's on the end of that as well. Just a regular glass cutter.
Pelican glass, man.
Yeah.
So this,
Well, the Windows for Less is actually the install business part of it.
Okay.
Then Pelican Windows is what he named the manufacturing when he started the manufacturing. So yeah.
right there.
Oh yeah. Trust me, I've tried breaking that glass many times, and I don't crack it like that. So we can say that.
We have the clear scrap and then low E scrap right there.
I guess the glass costs more than plain glass, or about the same.
Yeah, I honestly don't know the cost, but I'm gonna imagine so. Yeah. But it all, so the way we manufacture, the way we make it, it always butts up. You always get one piece of, the low E, the tinted versus, yeah. That's just the way we make ours.
Yep.
Stuff to gay burrito. You go on Easy Dave Facebook, EASY space DAVE, capital E, capital D. On not Facebook, but YouTube.
Okay.
This video will be on there.
All right.
And he don't charge anything.
He just does it?
He's retired. He ain't got nothing to do like me. Yeah, we've been to a lot of places, did a lot of things. If you pull his site up, you can see where we've been. We do a lot of little museums and stuff.
Yeah, I'll have to look.
Like I said, he don't charge anything, and you can use them any way you want to. So,
That's cool.
and I hope it works out good. But if not, we can get him back here and have Scott.
Yeah.
He said you knew more about it than he did. So
I know more about the day-to-day, yeah, but Scott knows more about the technical. Yeah. For sure.
Customer relations.
Yeah.
That is neat.
Yeah, like I said, I don't do too much of the glass. I know everything. I know how to do everything in this building other than this table. I haven't learned it yet just because I get busy doing everything else.
Hey,
And Dakota runs
you don't
it.
need to know, then you have
Yeah.
to do it.
Yeah.
And you got what, 6, 7 people in here?
So yeah, we usually right now a couple people are sick, so they're out. But we usually run about 8 to 9 people. Yeah.
Well, the gay parade is going to have, I think, 23 windows.
Yeah, it was a big order. One of our bigger.
It's a big building, and if you go on that website, they've got part, when they started from scratch and go all the way up. So
Yeah.
you got that on there?
Yeah. Let me give me a second, and I'll pull it up so I can look at it later,
Yeah.
so I don't forget. Let me connect to the Wi-Fi so I can get signal.
I never got such fast getting my number in.
Yeah. Oh, trust me. I wish I could go back to that.
Yeah, you got the world in your hand.
I don't want the world in my hand. I like to work and I like to go home.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. So what was it again?
Easy, capital E-A-S-Y.
EASY. EASY.
space, Dave, capital D, A-V-E, right there you go, just A. You got it there?
So I went to Google. Let me go to YouTube real quick and
It's YouTube.
yeah, let me go to YouTube real quick. Okay. Easy Dave. And mine, like I said, my servicing here
side
is,
that goes on the inside of the glass. This side that's facing up is the side that's going to go on the inside of the actual glass. If you do it the other way, the
so that's all him, that roller tracks with him though?
All
Alright, so let me go to that then, and I can go to his actual page. Yeah.
There's a clear piece and then a low E piece. So one side's the low E and one side's the clear. The low E is on the outside of the, or on the, on the outside of the window. The clear is on the inside.
Dave Nick? That's not, is that
I'll
it?
stick the
No,
clear and the low E in one slot.
I wonder why I went to that thing. Oh, maybe I clicked on the wrong thing. Okay, I clicked on the wrong thing.
And they're building the crib.
This goes to the
Yeah.
etcher.
Alright, we're here at, between Sherwood and Hallwell.
Yeah, it's not about loading right. There we go.
This gets that film off the edge because what we use to stick it to, it won't stick on the film. So we have to clear about half an inch or so off of the edge.
Used to be a ballroom back in the 20s.
Yeah.
What's on this?
Okay.
It's a,
Back here, there's a tier around the way in here, and the bars back here is big.
I'm not sure the material, it's just a hard,
Put a new
harder.
ceiling in. I don't like that black, but
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. They're hard to find though. We can't find them in that size.
Oh yeah.
We've been open since
Yeah.
July, and that's the same wheel. We just
okay.
we can lower it down enough.
this is
So if it
in
starts
drop one?
wearing down, we'll just lower it down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
We're 3 miles east of Big Brutus on 102.
Okay.
Yeah, and if I accidentally have it on the wrong side, it won't take off. There will be no film to take off because it's only on one side. It'll just kind of look a little
Yeah.
blurry.
All these guys are from Nicaragua.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And they go by green cars, and they work their ass.
It's gonna be
Oh, I bet.
inside of the window, but on the
We're gonna
outside
be
of the
later.
house.
So I got some more time.
Yeah.
Sometimes just kind of
Yeah.
go through them, and there's a lot of them. Looks
Yep.
better on the television screen.
Yeah.
Yep.
For me.
I can go ahead and show you the
This will
washer.
be on, just check that site. It'll probably be tomorrow.
Okay.
He'll put it on, and
All right.
For the
Have a look
rinse,
at it.
probably be.
the water that's full right now is what we wash
Yeah.
with.
I mean, that's
The
what
rinse
everyone
is
knows.
gonna be
No one
water
knows
from
Pelican
that,
windows because,
pump
like I
down
said,
there
he
in
just
the
named
corner.
after this, but
So
everyone
I have
knows
to
windows
turn that
for
pump
us.
on in the corner for the
And
rinse
they'll
to
all watch
start
the
working.
commercial because I'll run into people when I'm out and about. They're like, hey, you're on that commercial. I'm like, yeah, I am.
Well, he'll be on this one too.
Yeah.
We'll get over there with him.
Yeah. Well, that's what, I think they're getting ready to wash a piece of what they're doing, so.
If they do it.
This is our washer, so it heats that water up, and our water that goes through here, it all goes through these filters that pretty much it's called, I forgot what it's called after it's done. But it takes all impurities out, all minerals, because it runs through sand and charcoal and all that good stuff to make it pure water. So it just washes that piece of glass, take all the dirt, dust, anything. Yeah. Yeah, it just runs it through, heats it up, and that water, then the loud part of it is those fans blowing to dry it off.
And you glue it together, I guess.
Yeah, so this, that blue stuff right there, that's the backing. It's pretty much like that double-sided tape we had over there, but it's that black strip that you see in that glass. So it's a rubber, and I don't remember what it is, but it goes in there. I'm sure he'll show you. Put it together. So yeah, it helps. Puts those screws together, then it goes in the heat press, and it heats that rubber up, and then it presses together, and they're together. Yeah, it's
a visual by you.
It's a visual by me.
Argon, you just put that in there and seal it up.
yeah. So if we did argon, yeah, that's what it would at that point, but we don't do the argon.
Turn the pump off.
So what's in between ours is this air, this dead air. Some places do argon, we don't offer it.
Well, if you could charge a little bit more for it, it might be something to look at.
So I've never shot half. I know
a lot of the cleaning they would go all throughout here.
It's a hassle.
But I've been helping the
They give
vinyl
a lot
people
to it.
today.
Let me see
So I'm just going to show you how what we call squiggle it.
All that grinding
which is kind
done?
of that inside
All right,
layer, which is
give me a minute and I'll be over and I'll show you something else. Actually,
I'm the glass
he's
guy basically.
Dakota's doing with him. I can help you real quick.
Yeah, we just hired another one. We have one to help me. That's why we have two things now.
All grinding done.
But yeah, typically I'm the head on
Oh
the
yeah,
glass
that's why.
lot, so
Yeah,
I'll go and help
pretty
them
much
out.
why it's over there
A lot
actually.
faster process to make the glass.
I did it again. I thought it was safe, but
Oh yeah, that whole thing will be filled up.
It doesn't melt it. I think it's the temperature now. It's not doing it.
It's got to be.
Because I took it up, the left side really strong, but the other side, it just looks like shit. Like really fragile.
All right.
Yes, this is we call
All
it
right, so hold
squiggle.
off on it then. Let me get the hold of Scott when say it.
Yeah,
leaves.
squiggling the
It's got to
window.
be that temperature dropping.
Yeah. Because
So I start down here. I leave a little bit of space.
When it took the pressure.
When it starts, okay, so it's not getting up to heat. And
Yeah.
all right.
And then I just try and get it as close to the edge as I can.
You've got one piece of glass.
One piece of glass, yes. I'll do this first. Once I'm done with this, I'll wash the low E piece that we etched. And then once that's on here, it is good to go through the press over there.
Let's see. So he's building. He's in the process. What to do?
And all of this will be hidden by the window, so you can't see it once it's actually in the frame.
Go back through those ones and set the ones aside that I need to touch up.
Yes.
If you see any that maybe need to touch up that barely or you don't want to try it, just set them aside for me, then I'll come back and do it. It's hard to teach you something right now when they're here, because I'm in the process of doing that for them.
So I try and keep my hands on the back of it, and then my thumb on the squiggle, so I don't touch it. Yeah. Yep.
I was sitting there watching you and you cut it. I was like,
And I left that space there, so this will just sit right there on top.
you have to just go back through those and sort them out and see what we need grinded. And once I get them out of here, I'll show you something new. Or just watch one of them do something. I mean, he can teach you how to build.
Get your mind from getting too complicated.
Yep, just some shears. And then, turn that pump back on.
And now he's going to bring the low E glass through here. Put that back up to this window.
There's a lot of step goes in with this.
I have it always with the low E facing in. That way when I grab it coming out, I can just pivot, stick it. I ain't got to turn it around or anything.
Going.
Also, if we're doing grids, if we're making the bars in the windows, I'll put them in at this point, and I'll use the tape measure, measure the size, square them all up. Yeah, yeah.
I can't tell how you're even seeing that.
You can definitely, a lot of times the low E gets scratched, so it won't be any of the tint, so you can see it pretty easy. Anything that I see just a little bit of anything, I'll make sure it's on the outside, and then we can fix it, we can clean it up. Basically anything on the inside that's going to be sealed is what I'm looking
Right
for.
there.
Yeah, yep. Yep. Yeah, it's probably very tedious. And when I use the scrap, it's a lot worse. This is a brand new piece of glass, but sometimes the scrap gets scratched up, and yep. I'll try and square it up as best as I can. That, squeeze this.
Now this side doesn't bother you. This side you can play them all.
Yeah. Yep. And then just come over here. This press has been off for a while. It usually takes a little bit of time to heat up, but I wasn't running glass today, so there's a bunch of bulbs in there on the top and the bottom. They'll start getting hot.
What are they doing? Oh, they're sealing that thing?
Yeah, it'll heat it up to get this melted, and then it goes through a press which squeezes it to 3/4 of an inch so that it fits in our window frame.
And how much of a squeeze is that for that? What's starting off just over 3/4?
Yeah, it's probably no more than 7/8, I would say.
So you take an eighth off and just like squeezing it together.
Yep.
Heating it and melting.
And that'll seal everything in. It'll seal the low E so it doesn't go bad.
So you're waiting for it to heat up now?
Yeah, and typically it would be moving itself, but we're replacing that motor, so it's a hand crank.
Oh boy, there we go. We've stepped back in time.
Yeah, so
we're waiting to replace that motor.
yeah, we have the motor. We just have to get time to replace it.
So you're too busy cranking to have time to replace
Too busy cranking, yeah. But with that, we can use it, because I can push that in and let it sit there instead of waiting for it to heat up. I'll just let it sit there for a while, and it'll get hot enough to press it through.
And it's not going to, the heat of this is such that even if you're left in there, it doesn't have to be the exact amount of time.
No. When the motor's on, it takes about 45 seconds for it to go from there out. So it probably goes like that, really slow. These red rollers are the press. Those are the ones that press. It heats up in here, and then it presses through those red rollers. And I'll let that sit for a little bit. If it's not in there long enough, you can tell that it's not fully pressed. You can see little bubbles on the squiggle on the edge. I'll just run it through again if it's not.
And then you'll push it right out on that rack.
Yep.
Before you put it out there, you'll have to move that stuff?
Probably that little window right there, yeah. It's been off for a while though, I'm not sure.
Does that look like Rolando's window there with the grids in it?
Rolando?
Does that look like Rolando's order there with the grids in it?
Well, it's going to have grids in it. I said for sure.
Yeah, I got that. Those are. Oh, you're gonna fit.
These are all Rolando.
Are they gonna go? Is that gonna be a double hung, or is that gonna be in one of the bigger windows? Four of those make up one big one.
These are double hung.
So that's the whole sash right
Yep.
there.
Top sash, bottom sash, top sash, bottom sash. It's an
Yeah.
inch difference.
Oh, okay, sure.
On the single hung, it's 2 inches, and the top sash is bigger. On the double hung, the bottom sash is bigger by 1 inch. Yep. I'm just making sure it's at the end there. It's getting all that heat. Yeah, there's panels that normally go here everywhere, but we've been working on that motor for a little bit.
Oh, I see these panels for the counter. Oh, there's one.
Yep.
Yeah, I got the shade. Through the edge of it.
46.
I'm going to go to the other side. I can see in there, or the panels are still on over there.
I believe the panels are on over there. Or no, there's this panel's off right now over there.
I can get in there without bothering you. And there's the glass. That's good.
You can see the heaters are back this way.
Yeah, oh, you can see them in there. It's glowing red.
These yours, Josh? I'm gonna use them real quick.
They're warming my toes right now.
Don't get your camera too hot. It's warm.
Let me see something here.
.57 by 45 and a half.
There you go.
And then I'll just put, each job goes on one of these little spots. This is just a replacement window, so it's by itself. I always have the low E facing up when it comes out.
Okay.
So then the low E is facing you when you go grab the window. That's how it goes in the window. That's how we install the window. The low E facing us.
And these, you put these
Yep, I put
grids
these
in there?
grids in, yep.
He does that over there in the shelf when he's putting them together. All right.
Yep, yep. And the grid tables, yeah.
what
And then what else? So then we went, and where do you put this? And that?
where's the finished
That
window?
goes over there, yeah.
Hey,
I think we went through the entire process, haven't we?
Yeah, pretty much we ran through the entire process. After he just showed you the window, that's when we installed it to the sash that I've already showed you. And then, so now I can just show you.
I mean, Dakota,
Yes.
you get it covered all right? We get you?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thank you,
Yeah,
Mark.
appreciate it.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, so now once that's in the glasses in the sash, then we just install the sash into a window or into a frame. Then it comes out like this. This is a finished window. So it's got your, lock. Bottom one moves up, top one moves down. And those tip latches, you just undo those, just pull them, and you can tilt them. That's how you clean the outside of the window from the inside of the home.
Well, and then what, like over here for shipment?
Yeah, we actually put the top cap in the slope sill. We tape it to the top because that's what you put in between the frame in the building or the home and the frame of the window to cover any gaps or anything like that. We just stack them and ship them out when.
And most of your stuff is delivered by you?
Yeah, so we have cash and carry customers that they'll order something and they'll just come pick it up. But anything install-wise that we install, yeah, our install crew comes and gets them, takes them, and installs them. Or
Is that one guy you got? How many installers you got?
right now we have 3 crews doing installs. So each crew I think usually has 2 people. So
You say almost all of your stuff goes here locally within the 4 states?
yeah, it's pretty much within the 4 states. I know Springfield. I know a lot of it goes to Pittsburgh. They do a lot in Pittsburgh. This goes all the way around here.
All right,
So, yeah.
good. Well, Josh, I want to thank you. I think we've about covered it here.
Yeah.
I sure do appreciate it.
You are welcome. Thank you for coming in.
Maybe I'll see you again. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.